Hello, good morning, and how are we describing this? Are we calling it a bloody Tuesday, bloody Monday, bloody week? How are we describing it? Because
Wrecked.
yeah,
And not just wrecked. For me, I would say more to come.
yeah,
The adjusting path that I shared with you a week or two ago seems to be
playing out
very nicely. Bad. It looks bad, and to me, the stock market looks like it could be primed for pullback as well.
Yeah.
So it could get real ugly
really quickly. Because I saw some horrible stats. Well, like we've been talking about how the S&P has basically been more and more carried by the Mag 7, and it was a stat that when we were up, I think it was like last week when we were up, but 400 companies in the S&P were all red.
Yeah. It's basically one sector that is keeping the hopes and dreams alive, basically. And it's pretty grim.
That sector looks increasingly I'm back.
You flip sides with
and that sector looks increasingly
bubble-esque.
Yeah, you could say that. It feels like there's been a grab. I think the magic money tree that is being passed around isn't. I saw OpenAI doing a $38 billion deal with AWS yesterday.
Amazon yesterday as well, was it?
Yeah,
they announced loads of it, didn't they?
Yeah, they agreed.
Open Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, OpenAI, $38 billion they're paying Amazon. I don't know where they're getting the $38 billion from.
Maybe they're shorting crypto.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they've just built up a massive short across everything else, and they're waiting for it to fall down.
It is a Ponzi. They're trying to insulate themselves. From competition. They're basically the top companies are forming a cartel almost that no one can escape from. They drag each other along. If one wins, it kind of drags everyone up with them.
Yeah, it's too big to fail. They're trying to get to that too big to fail, as we saw in the banks in 2008.
Yeah. It's just going to be cataclysmic at some point. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe they technically, the charts have to pull back. We know that. The charts don't lie. But something's going to happen, and whether they're just insulating themselves for the next phase of whatever the economy is. Very interesting. Lots of stuff going on, and I've noticed a few things on X with Sam Altman and Elon Musk. Jibing each other.
Yeah.
It's been very, 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 very funny.
Quite amusing, like you stole a non-profit.
Exactly. I think it's highly amusing. But yeah, the bubbles it's gonna go crash at some point.
Yeah.
It does. It's just a trend rather than a bubble.
Yeah, the chickens will come home to roost. I'm sure. Who have we got in the chat? So we got Steve, we've got Hugo, Debut.
Hello.
We've got Steve again. What's the magic? What's going to say today? I mean, the magic is probably if you shorted everything last week. I don't anticipate things getting better today.
No.
I think
But the
today
thing
will
is,
be a...
I still think that until the US government and proper data comes out, it's just open season for them to just manipulate stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Which I've got no problem with. It's the charts go where the charts need to go. I actually think it's bullish in the long run, but for now it's just savage, and there's no obviously end in sight for how badly railed altcoins can get. Because Bitcoin still makes perfect sense to me, but everything else is just ruined beyond recognition. I was looking at some of the return, not the returns, it's not really a return, is it? But the drawdowns from last year till now on some old
Yeah.
and it is savage. Like 80-90% on like really, really decent projects as well.
Yeah, I agree. And then you've just got privacy coins going nuts. I'm looking at a chart of something that kicks me because Dave and I discussed this, and I was going to put in a bid, and I never put in a bid for Dash, and Dash is now sat at $147.
Well, didn't it go nuts yesterday?
It's been going nuts for like 4 days straight. I'll share this.
But the thing is, it's not isolated to this, right?
No.
There's been a whole swathe of different, whether it's auction or whatever.
Yeah.
They just suddenly have these random pumps out of nowhere.
It's just squeezed beyond belief, isn't it?
It's not that the UK really matters that much, but obviously we had the lovely pre-budget fluffing session this morning.
Yeah. They obviously, the bond markets slightly appreciated that.
Yes. Yeah. It's just railed.
I'll take my very novice drawings off. It would be pure, absolute comedy if this liquidates to the level that we had when Starmer was elected before it goes nuts.
Yeah. Is that the 10-year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 10-year retesting 4.334.
Yeah, so around here.
It's not far away from where it is now. But
yeah.
It's just is what it is, isn't it? I don't even really care.
No, it's.
But they've obviously just absolutely killed themselves. Look at that lovely on the 10-year. What was the? Is that the US 10-year it's on?
Yeah,
that
US 10-year.
Descending channel that it's been in however many days.
And then just
no
a little
matter
push
what
up.
chart it is, it doesn't matter if it's bonds, gold, Forex. They all have the same shitty patterns that you see turn up. Dave!
Yeah, here he is.
I'm here.
Make us bullish again, Dave.
How are we?
All right.
Are you doing your victory laps, Dave, after calling the top last week?
No. No. Things are just everything's just getting destroyed, and it's pretty sad, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest the most saddest part about it is Bitcoin is still above 100K. Like, can you imagine what happens to altcoins in the just in the theoretical event it goes back to, even 90K from here? It's just, I mean, memes were down like 20% yesterday off a 3% move. It's just crazy, isn't it?
It's like how much is even?
Just kind of, I think it's just kind of more sad, really, like the state that the market's in.
I find this fucking hilarious that it's a sea of red and look what's green.
Yeah. Zcash as well. I think Zcash is like moving hard, isn't it?
Dave, I was saying to Justin just before you came on, this is going to haunt me forever. where we spoke on the call about it on I think it was like the Thursday. Where is it? Dash.
Oh yeah, and Zen as well. Zen.
Look at Dash.
Whoa. Whoa. I didn't even read the last time I saw
That's
that.
what's known as a compression breakout.
The last I saw that, I think it was at $60. I haven't looked at the Dash chart a couple of days.
The day before Halloween, it was $45.
That is crazy. What's Zen doing?
Zen was up 20%.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
because
22-ish.
The one that seems to be lagging is Monero.
Yeah.
But didn't that have a run up as it was?
That ran in April and May. Yeah, that ran pretty hard already. Yeah, that's doing well.
Look at this.
Shilling that on the stream at $9.
There's some hope. There's some hope for altcoin investors.
Well, what's Monero?
24%. What's Monero done?
Steve, the answer to your question, Steve, do you think she'll do anything to VAT? I think the only thing that she's going to go after is some kind of wealth tax, because that's the only way she's going to be able to sell it.
And I think
that affects everyone.
And you know what?
I just don't think she'll get away with it. I don't think she'll get away with it.
They're going to go after people trying to leave as well, because obviously they're looking at it, aren't they, saying people are just getting up and leaving. And then now they're going to basically trap people to say, you either pay, what is it, 20%?
20% on exit, isn't it?
You either pay 20% to leave or you have to stay, which is just crazy, isn't it? Like, it's actually like a dictatorship.
It's basically, we're going to hold you again. We're going to screw things up and we're going to hold you.
Do you not think that this is straying kind of towards communism now? Like, because that's basically what it is, isn't it? They're just taking more money off people and saying, we're gonna spread it around. That's basically what communism is. Yeah,
but the thing is, what's his name? Starmer's just not cool enough to be a Lenin or a Stalin.
No.
It's just crazy. Honestly, it's crazy.
I think Stalin.
That is the maddest thing. Like the fact that obviously people are just getting up and leaving. But now they're saying, "Oh no, no, no!
No! You can't run away."
But the thing is, they've still got to pass these, whatever they do, through the Commons and doors.
I think the interesting thing will be now is obviously, I don't know if you saw one of Alan Sugar's right hand men basically posted something the other day, calling out Labour. What you're going to have is obviously these the biggest people in the country now are really going to start getting really pissy with them, aren't they? And really start getting annoyed with them, which is hopefully the start of the downfall.
It is the beginning of the end.
The issue is what comes next.
Because I mean, can you imagine who they'd replace him with?
I was going to say, I don't think the bond markets could actually sustain.
Like, can you imagine if
Reeves and Starmer went
anywhere near that seat? Like,
could you imagine? Apparently, Miliband is moving.
Which one? They're both absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Miliband will go. What we spending on net zero? 50 billion. Right, let's double it.
Yeah,
that's what he's gonna do. Let's double it.
Yeah,
just cripple absolutely everything.
It is.
I've got something. I was watching an Elon Musk interview from this week, I think it was, and conversation piece that surmising that within 5 to 6 years, that personal devices, computers, phones, and stuff like that will be replaced with almost like the Neuralink thing. That'd be quite interesting for the likes of Apple, wouldn't it?
It would be replaced with what? Sorry.
Have you heard of Neuralink?
Like
brain implant.
Obviously, that's been done for medicinal purposes and to give some kind of life back to quadrupedic. But the ghost of Christmas future is going to basically be the machines become part of you.
Yeah,
I just thought it was quite interesting because obviously he's the single most innovative thinker of our generation. I did just see on Bloomberg though that he's, I think it's the Norwegian Sovereign Health Fund, Norwegian Sovereign Fund, have voted against his remuneration package at Tesla.
Mm.
Right.
That would rug Tesla, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty, it's a pretty big compensation package, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely. Sorry, I just went a bit off topic then.
Some of the targets in it are crazy, though, aren't they?
Mm.
Like, I think one of them is Tesla getting to a $10 trillion valuation.
But it is AI and tech, so what do you reckon? Give it a week? Investment, buy NVIDIA.
Oh, can you imagine what's next? Yeah, I mean, it's where does it go from here? Like,
in terms of obviously someone rivaling, I know obviously you got AMD, but is Tesla not also kind of prime to? Are they not really moved into the chip making space yet, or what?
I saw
because you would assume, wouldn't you, that that would be like the thing to go at now? Is going, well, look at all this money that Nvidia, and look at the market share. We make all this mad stuff. Why do we not just make chips? Like, I don't get it.
I did see an article about this yesterday as well, and I'm sure that they either have developed something that was obscene within like the context of what it can achieve. But I think that the big next thing for them is going to be robotaxi and autonomous kind of. If they can change the landscape for that side of things, where you take humans out of driving, also then it completely changes logistics, because they'll go after lorries and stuff like that.
Changes the insurance market.
Yep.
And the insurance market powers. Yeah, and the insurance market fundamentally powers a lot of the economy, because that is who own most of these stocks and most of these bonds. So, and then I also, he again in the interview, I'm sure he dropped a little tidbit saying that they might be bringing out an airborne car as well. You mean a plane? or a helicopter? Oh, I couldn't imagine that. Helicopters are the one thing that I never get, because you always see news articles of people getting killed in helicopter crashes. Like, it just feels really common.
There's just no way out, is there? Like, once that starts spinning out of control, that's it.
But the thing is, the problem with obviously most other airborne vehicles, if it loses propulsion, it has the ability to glide. If you lose the lift of a helicopter, you are basically just a rock that's falling and letting gravity fall to the ground. That's it.
You're trapped. You're trapped at that point.
Strap yourself in, and down we go.
I think on the chip front we'll see. I think the big turning point will be the Chinese, and I know that the Chinese are going hammer and tongue at it. So people like Alibaba are now producing their own chips. Huawei are producing chips, and I think it's more the actual manufacturing of it that's the interesting bit, because NVIDIA are, I think they've started building fabs now, but they used to be what was known as fabless. So they didn't produce, they just designed chips. They used TSMC to make the chips. So ultimately the barriers to entry were quite low. I mean, Apple are making their own chips now. I'm pretty sure Meta are making their own chips. I think at some point we've moved towards these, trying to make these chips as advanced as possible. But I think you'll start to see a point where actually it doesn't really matter if they are 10% better than the last ones, when you can have 4 of the last ones to 1 of the current generation, and it'll end up moving to become more of a numbers game. And at that point, it'll come down to who's got the best industrial base. And I don't think the West, from an industrial base perspective, can compete with China.
It's going to be you need the obviously materials to actually make them. You need the intellectual capital to design the things in the first place. Trust element, I guess, it probably plays a big part into it, because you're not gonna suddenly have large European companies or anyone that's linked to defence. They just won't be able to use the chips and stuff like that. Then you need obviously the power, and the one thing that until Trump came in, anyway, with the issues of ESG and the constraints that are put on power generation in the West, and we know you need all of them component parts. Then you need the power to power it, and you need the infrastructure for the data centers to actually run things as well.
And I think we're seeing a movement towards that. I don't think it's the nuclear element that we've seen some of the bubbles. I mean, what was it that I showed you? Oklo, $20 billion, and it's not got a single dollar of revenue. But I think the power thing is an interesting perspective, and I personally think it'll be natural gas that fills that void. Obviously, I'm slightly biased in the fact that I'm still a little bit long on natural gas. If anyone tuned in last week, you'd have caught that one. But I think that's probably where we see it. It'd be interesting to see if coal makes a comeback, if it gets to that point. But I think it's a case of just how much power can we build to actually get something.
The problem with nuclear, it takes from getting the sign off to go, yes, we're going to build a new plant, and then the construction phase, and then to get it operational. It's not like you do it in 10 months. It's like 10 years kind of thing.
Yeah, and then it's the waste element. Is what you do with the waste. I did see something that was quite funny. It was the UK government were exploring areas for a new facility to store nuclear waste. There were 8 places on the shortlist, and 7 of them were in Grimsby.
What?
Probably, yeah. But the thing is, Grimsby's known for what, fish and chips, right? I suppose.
Yeah, Grimsby stinks. I fell asleep on a train once. I was trying to get from Manchester to Nottingham, and it was when I was at uni. I didn't want to stay over, so I got the first train back, and I fell asleep on a train. Woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a train to this conductor shaking me, going, "End of the line." I come off in Grimsby, stand on that platform, and all you can smell is fish. And it was at that point I just wanted the ground to swallow me.
Well, the thing is that it will turn into almost like a Simpsons episode of like the Mr. Burns that like disposing of his nuclear waste. Excellent. I don't. It's such a Ponzi. It's obviously the impact that it can have on the market is massive as an AI bubble. But when it pops, who knows? It could ride on for a while.
It keeps powering on.
Yeah.
I mean, uranium prices are at all-time high anyway.
I actually saw the other day with an interesting stock. I saw someone talking about it. I haven't really done much research into it, so I don't know anything about it. But it was called TMC.
The metals company. It's gone nuts, hasn't it?
they're the only company with robots or something to mine the bottom of the ocean, but it's pulling back actually quite nicely.
Yeah, it pulled up quite nicely. That's on my list.
Covered.
So I've got some of that.
I mean, if it comes back towards like a kind of $5 region, which is not that far away, I'd be quite interested in that, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got a few on my list. I've got UUU is on my list. This one is. I might share a screen. Actually, I'll go through some of the. This is one. This one's gone nuts. I remember sharing this with you boys, and it was here, and it just went. But these are the only people who can get uranium in the US with a license. Obviously, anything metal related has just gone nuts. What else was there that I found quite interesting? These guys are the only people who have rhodium, and rhodium is apparently, according to GDP, rhodium is the single most important mineral to the US economy from a GDP perspective. What else is there? Magnet makers. Look at this. Is what we're hoping for some of our cryptos, isn't it? Just that blow off top.
Yeah. Well, if you invert the chart, then you've got what is it in crypto.
Yeah, you've had a really nice bull run. Yeah, some of these are just horrendous.
All of it is just all looks. I was looking at the S&P.
Oh yeah, the S&P looks horrendous.
So I have it that the S&P could well push up to just under 7,000, and then I reckon we might get a 10% correction.
Yeah,
maybe a bit more.
Yeah, what's 10% down from here? That would be a retest of the summer.
If you want to put your positive pants on, the DXY is rapidly approaching my point of interest for a rejection.
By any chance, is your point of rejection here?
It is basically. Let me have a look at the chart. I am looking at around about 100.7.
I see this. I see the Justin zone.
So I suspect anyone that's hoping for, which obviously coincides with the current thought process that the market is going to continue to struggle. And so I reckon, little push up. So that seems about right.
Yeah.
Not even the bond market covered. Kind of is what it is.
Yeah. I'm still long on the VIX, Dave.
Good decision, yeah.
Imagine if we get a blow off top like that. Or just go full Valhalla and do that. But everything just feels, I don't know, feels like there's something brewing. I know we discussed that. I know that we've discussed that before, but I don't know. I think there's a lot going on. That there's a lot of more tension, I think, this time.
I've got a good chart for you to look at. Okay. Have a look at the German 40, the DAX. Might need to put it on the monthly. Just go to the recent compression at the top. I was talking to BlockPro about this. Look at that, the last 6 months.
Oh.
Do you think that's calling up for another move?
I think so. I think so. And German's quite interesting because German gilts are the ones that are creeping up, but obviously they're now into QE, and obviously the Germans don't tend to do QE.
No, well, the other one, look at the Nikkei. I think the Nikkei is possibly front the US indexes. Compression breakout.
Yeah, compression.
I think this might have front run.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a savage liquidation. A couple of savage liquidations, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, that one and that
Looks
one.
like the dash chart.
And also, and the FTSE is a very similar situation as well.
I haven't looked at that in ages, the FTSE.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw one thing I quite like. I've been watching. Obviously, everyone knows that I have a bit of an affinity for oil. I've been really pleasantly surprised by some of the results of the oil companies and how profitable they are at $60. They've done some real.
But do they hedge it at all? They must hedge, surely.
So they've done some hedging, but I think that they've worked really, really well to get their cost bases down. Like Exxon, and I think we're finally starting to see the scale that they've built come through. Like BP, for instance, you look at some of these, and their recent results is like they're increasing their net income despite the fact we're currently at $60 Brent.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to know how much they do hedge the price over a period of time. Because I suppose it's the same as like hedging currency, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, like that is.
Do they report? I assume they report in pounds, or do they do it in dollars?
They're reporting pounds.
But their figures there are in dollars, right?
Oh yeah. This is the US listing. So I always click on the wrong one.
See, Christian just said magical. Just
we love the magical just in time. But yeah, some of the oil companies are doing really well. I'd hate to see how much they print when we go back up. I mean, Shell looks pretty.
Yeah, I held Shell for a long time. Is that Shell A?
Yeah. Here we are, Shell PLC. Yeah. Yeah. So we're seeing some stuff on my list that is starting to get quite interesting now.
I personally think if you are trading or wanting to trade stocks, the time is to just obviously not every sector, but the lead indicators, obviously the tech stocks and stuff. In 2 to 4 weeks' time, I think we would have had a pullback, and there will be nice longs into the end of the year.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, and some nice levels to play.
Yeah,
I had a nice one on Robinhood not so long ago, but I think like if you mark it like that was textbook. I think there's going to be some tremendous opportunities. We spoke about Glencore. This is doing really well. I'm quite impressed with how this is moving up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to look at the chart. I can see we're coming up to a basic resistance, and we're probably going to retest that high, the previous high from the break. Where is it? About 315, maybe. So look about the July high before the pullback.
July high before the pullback. This one here.
Yeah, keep going down to the bottom of the range. Then we kicked, and then that
this one, yeah,
handle there. Yeah. That's your entry.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to bother with charting it. That's just easy things, easy invalidations.
Yeah. What? How do you see the metals and the golds playing out? Because I know obviously we saw that pullback. It feels like it's beginning to find a nice base.
Yeah, I think we are going to just knock about for a while. I mean, you look at the daily. My guess, if we come down to another low, probably the lowest we get to is around about 3,750. And then off to 16k for Dave.
Right. Yeah, imagine. Yeah.
16k gold. Could you imagine?
Yeah. Well, has there been any more news on not news update? Because obviously the storage costs were going through the roof, weren't they? For gold.
Yeah, I've not heard much else. Silver's obviously doing a similar pattern.
Yeah. But what was the other one someone said to me the other day? Copper?
Yeah, nuked the other day, but this has been steadily climbing back up.
Yeah, it's just that accumulation retest, isn't it? But
Tariffs.
some of the miners, so probably worth looking at on the copper, the actual, the copper side of things, the extraction. Because I think copper price is also fixed as well. I think what they, of how they actually sell it on, it's almost like tariffed, I think.
Yeah.
Tariff rates on it.
Yeah, it's tariffed, and I know obviously the stuff coming out of South America is still problematic in copper. There's still obviously a lot of the communism in the mines in, is it Chile? I think it's,
yeah. You got like, is it Escondida? Is the big
because they took over. The government took over the mines, didn't they?
Yeah, because that was always a JV between, if it's Escondida, which is the mine, that was always a JV between Anglo, Rio, and
it wasn't Anto,
BHP.
was it? Yeah, BHP, yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, because these are the copper boys on the LSE, aren't they?
Yeah, Antofagasta. And then you've got, what's the mine in, you've got Southern Copper, Grupo Mexico. And he's one, obviously Mexican.
China eyes capacity caps for copper. Well, he's basically, with his deal, he's bought a year for the US to stockpile as much metal as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but the funny thing is, you look at the reaction to that news. What's it done? Apart from nuke stuff.
Nothing.
I don't know what the sentiment is going to be at this stage to actually make anything bullish again.
Yeah.
Until, and this is why news, for anyone that doesn't know, is just bullshit. And until we're ready, and when I say we're ready, until the powers that be are ready to move markets, it won't happen. It won't happen until it's good and ready. But it looks, I mean, the DXY is moving into position. We are rejecting like a motherfucker on crypto, well, Bitcoin specifically. I'm waiting for that explosive move.
Yeah. Just a waiting game.
It's just rail. The thing is, I was saying to a couple of people earlier, who's actually buying altcoins at the moment? And I suspect, apart from whales accumulating, exchanges accumulating, I reckon the actual spot buying is minimal.
Well, I think that's probably all that's left.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I actually probably think there's only whales, market makers, and exchanges that could buy. I mean, for anyone that's been here for the past, 3 years, whatever, most, I would say, probably, I would be shocked if it's less than 95% of people are probably max exposed already.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they probably
100%.
don't. You probably don't. Your average investor and stuff like that probably don't have any more to shoot in.
Yeah, and I think we saw that in the liquidation by the fact that there was, when the market makers pulled their order books, there was absolutely no natural liquidity in the market. Like there was nobody wanting SUI down to 50 cents.
No. And that's the mad thing when you look at. I was just looking at some of these charts in the background while you two were speaking. I mean, like that SPX 6,900 chart is wild. Fart coin, just I mean, literally like 80% pullbacks within like 4 months, aren't they?
Yeah.
Again, and they already did it early this year, didn't they? So that's like 80% pullbacks in the space of like 10, 11 months. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just. But obviously, what is that chart doing? It's retesting the accumulation breakout. It's only really gone to where it needs to go, but it just looks utter shit.
I am itching to start building a position on Fartcoin. I'm itching. Like I'm having to stop myself. Clicking.
You can get some cream for that, though.
Oh, because I really don't want to do it because I know probably what will happen. But I just like the inner gambler in me is just itching to just like start on it. But I really don't want to because I'm just like.
It's literally
I had Fartcoin, Dave. I don't know where you're looking, but I had Fartcoin as retesting around about 18 to 19 cents.
Yeah, I was looking at 0.2, so basically the same. Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, so if you've got no one accumulating it, and that means any price moves that's happened is basically perps driven. And that's why people keep getting trailed because they're going long altcoins.
Yeah.
And then just smash.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I mean, that is going to be my plan is to, when I believe obviously this move is over with Bitcoin and we're due for a sizable bounce, is to do memes because obviously they will pump the hardest and you just get in and out of them. You just get in them, they pump, and then you sell them, no attachment to them. But obviously they will, whenever we get a complete wipeout on Bitcoin or whatever happens, like obviously when things turn around, they will pump the hardest. So, but I don't know, will they? I don't know. I mean, you assume
was just giving some financial advice.
Yeah, you assume that they would, but then again, yeah, like will they? I don't know.
Well, the thing is, you look at things like Bonk. Bonk for me has potentially still got.
Yeah, I mean that Bonk
40% downside.
Well, that Bonk chart looks very much like the whiff chart. Like before, obviously it got filling in. Like you can see all that inefficiency there from late 2023, leading into 2024.
You look at Pepe. There's a candle on the weekly back to April 24 that probably gets filled in. But the thing is, do you remember when I'd done all of these charts?
Yeah.
A long time ago, and everyone was going, "You are crazy. We're never ever going to retrace back to them points." They all went there. It was, especially whiff, because we know obviously some of the. Where is whiff? Where are we at? So I think whiff is very close to a really decent level to actually bid.
Yeah, but this is do or die now, isn't it? Surely.
And we know that was a market maker's favourite to rotate some capital. I'll tell you the other thing I was listening to this morning. There was the Barclays CEO was on Bloomberg and was talking about tokenization and crypto. So again, a lot of these people saying it. And they were talking about hyperliquid. So you never hear them talk about other like the centralized exchanges because obviously that shit show that goes on. Obviously we had Mexi last week. This week we've got Binance apparently suing Wintermute. The FUD is just, it's funny how all these stories come out just to be able to nuke the markets again.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, the Binance Winston thing just made me laugh because 2 days ago, or you get the crypto Twitterers people going, yeah, they've just sent hundreds of millions to Wintermute to liquidate the markets, and then completely forget that narrative and then go, oh yeah, they're suing each other now.
Yeah.
You literally tweeted 2 days ago that they're sending like loads of stuff. Are you really that stupid, or are you just not? You don't care. You just post whatever you're told to post.
Yeah, it's clickbait. It's clickbait.
Yeah.
I don't really remember the last time that FUD had that much of an effect. When was the last real piece of news that we got that fully affected the market?
I think it was when you said you was bullish on crypto, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what news story it was. Do you remember when DeepSeek came out?
Yeah.
And that nuked the market for 2 days.
And that was ages ago, weren't it? Like these little things that we've had with Mexi and Wintermute and stuff like that. Like it's just nothing really happens at all.
Yeah.
But the next one we haven't had for a while. Bit of tether FUD.
Yeah, we haven't had a tether depegging in ages, have we? We haven't had tether depeg FUD in ages.
Or can you imagine if it's Circle USDC?
Oh,
it's just
again.
It just makes me laugh because you see all this stuff and then I know it's clickbait, but you see everyone going, "Wah!" like pants on fire, running around like lunatics.
Yeah. That's the thing. People panic and stuff, but if you actually just look into it, like obviously, I was looking into it yesterday, and to me, just ignoring like the whole like people just spreading mad shit and just full caps on Twitter and stuff like that, tweeting out and stuff like that. If you actually look at it, it does actually seem like something that they would do because obviously that's what they did to FTX. They waited for the right moment where they knew that they could take them out, and he took him out because obviously they took FTT out, so it's just completely pulled the house of cards.
But the thing is, to do that now at this phase of the market when we're supposed to be going into a bull run, are you going to rug the one exchange where coins either go to die or get launched? It seems wrong timing to me, personally.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
unless they are just fucking with everyone and they're just going to call the top of the market themselves.
But I just saw Christian mention hack.
We did have one, didn't we?
We had one last week, didn't we?
Yeah, was it Balancer?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I think the last hack that actually affected the market was that Bybit one. Do you remember the Bybit one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
that was like.
Well, and then they liquidated the exact same amount the next day.
But the thing is, exactly that. You've almost got they've got this playbook, and it's just like, right, what have we not done a bullshit bingo today? Right, let's go for that one. Very funny.
Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know if you boys have been across this. Obviously, on that perpdex narrative, there's a new startup called Liquid, which essentially aggregates all of the perp exchanges into a single platform.
Oh, okay.
And whether we see more of these, because I think when we sort of talk about the CZ and Binance thing, I think Binance is almost at an existential crisis in the fact that I don't think, from a US perspective, like whilst they're friendly with Trump and they break into the US, I don't think it's in the US interest to take share away from US native exchanges like Gemini, Coinbase, etc.
Yeah.
You can't see the
and then they've got dexes.
Can you? You can't see the institutions getting into bed with Binance like they have with Coinbase.
No. And the dexes, I think, the dexes are sort of almost the real difference here in the fact we've never really seen these. We've never really seen like the scale of these dexes and how how good and how big some of them actually are. I think Hyperliquid was the real eye opener in terms of this is literally what we've been trying to build on chain.
That seems to be like the leader of the narrative, doesn't it, for this cycle? And the fact that I have seen repeat, like at least a couple of times a week, you'll see it on mainstream financial media talking about liquidity. So, and I know that the Wall Street like it as a project and a platform.
Yeah.
So you can. So it's then, to me, it's right. Clearly, this is where it's going to transition to. But how? What's going to be? How is this going to be integrated into how tokenization of real world assets, stocks? How are they going to kind of going to adopt that platform?
Yeah, because I know that was one of the discussions that I found quite interesting. Is that it was some people talking about how you could potentially add perp futures to stocks, because obviously you've got dividends and things to factor in. I think it'll probably follow the CFD model, where it'll be sort of weighted down to eliminate the dividend element. But I think I think it's really interesting. I mean, the big one isn't so much stocks. I think the big one will be FX on chain.
Yeah.
And that sort of decentralization would be the big narrative.
Christian.
And we're seeing it with privacy coins. Like the privacy coins ripping now, probably when everything else is going down, probably indicates there is rotation out into these privacy coins.
Yeah. Do you think so? Maybe just a good question for the chat as well. Do you think that obviously you've got Zen, Dash,
Zcash
still running? Do you think that profits rotate out of that into Monero for one final just blow off rally for privacy, or do you think, because the problem with that one is it's obviously not on any of the big exchanges, is it? Monero now, they removed it.
Yeah. What was the FUD that came out about that? Do you remember like a year or two ago? Do you remember it just
the 51% stuff?
And it just nuked, didn't it?
That was recent, weren't it? I think there was, because I actually don't think, I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that like ZEC actually isn't even full privacy in the way that Monero is. Like Monero is literally just true privacy.
True privacy.
Form, where I think ZEC is actually like parts of it is actually like still public. You can actually still view things, where Monero you literally just can't see anything. So I think there was a bit of a, particularly for European, I think it came from Europe, I can't remember, where there was like a big thing about regulation and stuff like that. So they just started removing it.
Yeah, gosh, that's a brutal. Since we've been on stream, that's a brutal bash down, isn't? Look at that for a candle on Zcash.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, Monero's actually held up. I mean, that's nuts. 15% in a 15-minute candle, and it's still going.
I'm sure. Was it the candle? I'm sure that there was a candle within the last couple of years where.
Why do you not show this?
Monero just nuked. Might have been like that candle in like February 24, maybe. I just remember one day, and again, this was in relative early CSE days, that there was just suddenly a Monero big pullback. I can't remember for what reason. There was some kind of FUD that came in.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that was it. I don't. Maybe that was the delistings. Maybe that's
2024.
Maybe that was the delistings. I don't know. But
yeah, it was delistings, but I can't remember what the narrative was of why it was getting delisted at the time.
God, ZEC is full turbo down now.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah, that is
oh.
tucked to the cleaners. Look at that. Top in.
Oh.
Top in. I don't know. What I was saying to Wiz actually last week though, Justin, was interesting is that like if you go on the weekly chart on ZEC, Wiz,
Yeah.
is people obviously that have been bullish on privacy and bullish on ZEC have spent the last 3 years in pain of just sideways, monotonous movements, but have literally just outperformed probably most of the market within a couple weeks just by literally just accumulating, putting up with the sideways action. And then within a matter of like 5 or 6 weeks has outperformed most of what the market has done in the past 3 years.
Maybe this is why we're nuking.
It's funny because I didn't chart this at all. Someone must have said about ZEC to me because I charted it here, and I had a level to gain at $213, and that must have been on the candle, or so I think we broke through that on the 6th of October.
And then it
And
retested.
then we had a lovely little overside retest the next day, and then just pumped the next day. There you go. It shows I did actually chart it and chart it well by the looks of things.
Oh, as if this
Never in doubt, of course.
This thing is the ultimate crime coin. Look at the state of that.
What's CoAI done? That must be like at 20 cents now, surely. That is outrageous, isn't it? That is crazy.
I saw Plasma got a pump yesterday, didn't it? Although it's been retraced somewhat now. I mean, the story of the chart of the bull run has to be this one, doesn't it?
Yeah, so what did it actually do in the end? Like if you pull, say like November 2023 there, like before it all kicked off. So say, because it was probably trading there for the best part of a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it there all to the left. So if you was a patient OM bull for whatever reason, and you were just accumulating all in that region for for months and a year or 2 years, whatever it was, what was the actual percentage and X to the top? What did it actually do?
Lots.
Yeah.
I know.
You're talking the very. I have to scroll so far out my chart.
Obviously, to the Pico top. What's that?
So what's that? 40,000%. What's that? 40.
I've gone from 8 cents. I mean, down here you're into like minuses.
Yeah, because I think it was around 2 or 3 cents as well, weren't it, for a while? But I mean,
because they never came out with a narrative, did they, to go, right, this is what we're doing as remedial stuff to.
No. He said he was going to try and do whatever, but I mean he's.
So I like where it is. I think I said to you guys the other day in our other chat that I think it's a decent bid area as a risk reward.
Yeah, as a gamble.
Is it your gambling or almost like meme play money? I think the RR is pretty good.
Well, it's back to a starting point, isn't it, as well? Like it's just back to where it started. I mean, really, what they need to do is they need to just
rebrand it.
They just need to new ticker it because that chart is going to be stained. I mean, unless they somehow manage to run it all the way back up, that is just always going to be like.
Well, I'd say that's a nice fair value gap.
I said to you before. I said about from here to $3. I can see happening. You're right, Aaron. I did come up with that a few months ago.
Yeah,
speak the truth.
A lot of the charts have been horrendous.
So while we're here, should we talk Bitcoin quickly?
Yeah, we probably should. Okay,
what do you think?
Chart. I personally like a retest down here. I think it would be quite comical if they defend the 100. It would be funny if they defend the 100k. But then also I think it might be a case of, I mean, once it goes below 100, I think you'll then start seeing people lose faith.
Yeah.
And when you lose faith, it's often quite a good time to then begin to send it.
So my best case scenario for a low is the wick of 22nd of June, 25. Just liquidate below that. So that would be, you're into just sub 98,000. I think that is best case. My worst case scenario takes us down to about 89,000.
Yeah.
Which I think would be, can you imagine pain and suffering? What would Alts do there, Dave?
I think, well,
what's lower than zero?
I think what was that on? What, just take like the medium of them two levels as a price pullback was, and just give us the percentage from here. Just pull it like into the middle.
About 10%.
Yeah, so 10%, maybe 15, maybe a bit less. But I mean, you well, on memes anyway, you're probably talking another 30-40%, aren't you, at least?
Yeah. Which is what I said to you on Pepe and bonds and stuff like that. It gets you to that zone.
And then ETH, I think 3K. 3K actually looks quite nice on the chart. I've been looking at 3K for the last couple of weeks. I think in and around 90, give or take a K or two. Just that CME gap would take us down to around 91.
The thing is on ETH, if we lose, if you go on the weekly with on ETH,
on ETH,
yeah. If we basically close below here of where we're at now, it's bad. And then I would have us as the next level of support from there. I would say you're looking then at, just over 3,000. And if that doesn't hold, then you're down to 3,900. That, if you look at that compression, that sideways compression breakout, that's gagging to be wicked into, isn't it? Was that 2.6?
Yeah.
At some point, that's just gag. It's so much liquidity building.
Yeah.
But what would that be as a drop? That's like a 30% drop, isn't it?
Yeah.
28%.
That would be
savage.
Yeah.
I have actually just had a text saying that we may see the next one in the AI circle jerk is one of my favorites. Is apparently
no.
Apparently there may or may not be a deal.
Oh no.
I'm still holding on to this, although I sold half. Yeah. This one, yes, someone's just texted me saying they've heard things on the grapevine. I don't want to disclose them on air, but they've heard things on the grapevine. This is brutal. This is truly brutal.
Where's the pre-market?
192.
Oh, that's crazy, isn't it?
Post-market, this thing was here.
Yeah.
I got stopped out at 216 on this. I'm in a foul mood. But yeah, I've heard that this may be next.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing's a monster.
Hims had good earnings yesterday, didn't it?
I think they missed slightly. Yeah, they missed their earnings.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're bringing peptides to the US market.
But again, just looking at that, I can see already where you're going to sweep to. So what's that, like $34?
Yeah, sweeping
Retest.
here.
That's
Coinbase looks.
What's MicroStrategy doing pre-market?
Did I say earlier that they changed their ticker where they've got Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Only down 2.
Where is it down to? What is it? 2 what?
It's down to 258.
Oh, so it's
it's
right
clearing.
a minute of that now.
Yeah.
I think it comes down lower.
What was
your
a month or so ago when you got your generational entry or whatever it was?
Yeah. Mine was, I think it was like 290-ish. Yeah, so I caught here and got out up here.
So obviously when this mirrors whatever, I can see all them candles, they're just going to get swept.
Yeah, the down here is going to be the zone.
And then just scroll out ever so slightly. Yeah, so look at that compression breakout and that wick, the highest wick from the that breakout period there. So probably March 24, is it? March, the top wick.
Oh, this one here, yeah.
What's that?
201.
201. Mark it up. Just in magic level. That'd be a drop, wouldn't it? What's that? 30%. That might not happen.
Can you imagine? Well, that makes sense because then you basically sweep all of this.
Well, then as well, so you'd dip back into liquidity and you'd retest that hammer candle.
Yeah.
The red hammer. Yeah, there. Do you do copy challenges?
I mean, you do just think that he is going to be in serious trouble in his in the long term.
Yeah,
because it was like we were saying, I think it was last week, where it's like as soon as you get levered spot Bitcoin ETFs, there is just no appeal to hold MicroStrategy. Like
you're holding a premium.
Yeah, the appeal of it is that it's basically like a levered ETF in its form.
Yeah, but the premiums come down.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll ever diversify away from Bitcoin, or is it just Bitcoin or nothing?
No, I think he's just Bitcoin. He can't. It's the whole image, isn't it?
Yeah. He doesn't have the funds to get involved in ETH either, does he?
No. But the thing is, isn't he? I mean, personally, he's got a lot of Bitcoin, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it was rumored a while ago. Obviously, I don't think he's ever directly disclosed it, but I think it was rumored a while ago that he had about over 10,000. But
I'm sure I saw the other day, and this is not an exact number, but it was something like 17,000 Bitcoin.
Well, the advantage,
with an average price of quite low, Dave, low teens.
Well, the advantage to him was when MicroStrategy first started buying at what was it, like 9-10K, is obviously he couldn't buy much, and he couldn't buy much in the bear market and stuff because obviously the stock price was shit. But him personally, he could have put all his, liquidity into it. So his average price could be, he could have gone all in when they first started buying at 9.
I'm sure it's low teens.
Or he could have gone. Yeah, he could have put the rest of his money in when we was at like 15, 16, 17K.
And it definitely is disclosed somewhere because of conflict of interest.
Yeah, his personal holdings are probably a good, easily probably 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7x up. Who knows? But it's strange, but
this looks sad.
I'm just looking at Hugo's just now said about.
So when Bitcoin short signal.
I'm looking at Bitcoin now. So where we're at right now, we are underside retesting the June.
Are you wanting to share a chart?
Sure. Share my chart. Easier. It costs people 5 Bitcoins to see this.
Or a subscription to me.
That sharing?
It will be when I click yes. There we are.
All right, so where are we? That's the super magical chart. No one can see that one. So we're retesting the June monthly open at the moment. I would suggest, let's have a look on the daily. Where did we close the daily yesterday? Did it hold my magic box? Yeah, so I would say minimum we bounce to is here. If that doesn't hold, if we don't reclaim June monthly open, quick switch. Going to retest this kind of area, aren't we? But the low will be somewhere there, I would say. Not signal.
Spiritual guidance.
Somewhere between 100.7 and 101.7. That would be my initial, if we drop. But if we gain, then yeah, I'd be looking personally at the candle bodies there. Yeah, liquidity there. And if by some miracle we gain, easy trade.
We get bullish.
That's all the signals from now. 75 Bitcoin, and I will provide more. What else? So ETH is just, ugh. That looks.
ETH looks horrendous, doesn't it?
It looks like a bag of dicks, doesn't it? Funny. So we fell through this area, and then it's now resistance. So there you go. This is your short area. If you gain, it's also your long area.
There mustn't be one Ethereum DAT that is in profit now.
Oh, I'd hate
To
see what Bitcoin
I don't
is
think
doing.
there's any. There won't be any DAT in profit now apart from Sailor and maybe Metaplanet, which I think their entry was like 102 or 103. But on ETH, I have no idea. Again, on Solana, I don't know, but there's not many of them. There's UPXI.
Yeah.
And is there another one? I can't remember. But there mustn't be many of them in profit now. They all must be negative.
If we come down, $148 is a good level for Solana. Yeah.
Some hopes and dreams crushed.
The funny thing is, look at Solana, and I think, how funny would this be? Right. Look at this weekly levels here. Can you imagine if the weekly closes back up here?
Yeah.
I think that would be great banter. And I'm sorry if anyone's getting wrecked on these things, but I do find the fun and games that they do highly amusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. Anything that closes below this level,
It's bad.
not good. Not good.
Yeah.
If we get a weekly close back above here, I'll say the chart that I'm going to only show this for a brief moment. This is super special. We're getting very close on total to my retest area. But again, you can see liquidity that sits here. So somewhere we may even liquidate to the bottom of this candle here. So just take this out. But this is bordering on close. If you close below this level here, where I've marked out, we probably drop down here.
That's party over.
That is,
or depends which side of the trade you're on, to be honest. If I'm shorting, I'm having a party.
Yeah, but if we we drop into here, you'll see V shape of all V shapes. I would suggest.
That is your 100x long balls on the table.
I never do that anyway. It's just as a proving point that
leverage is bullshit.
Yeah, utter nonsense. Yeah, Christian saying he's still in profit on. That's because he basically is best mates with Vitalik.
Got an entry of about $50.
No, I was going to say 50 cents.
50 cents, yeah.
It's always funny when you go, yeah, this could be like a 50x from here. And he goes, yeah, I'm really 50x.
Yeah, send it up more. Yes.
Always highly amusing.
Some of these treasuries are horrendous.
But I would say you don't need to panic yet.
No.
And you also don't want to panic when the panic actually sets in. That's the thing, innit? When the panic sets in, I think when we start seeing, these DApps are going to have to liquidate and stuff like that, that'll be when the bottom is basically in.
Yeah.
Just all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not fearful at all.
I'm sure if they liquidate, there are people whose last name rhymes with dump who would be very happy to buy off them pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. There is plenty. Obviously, you saw the aggressive run-up of gold and how much the stock market has rallied across all indexes.
Ooh.
I personally think we see the bond market rally again because we're getting close to support. That will probably coincide with the shit the bed from the stock market as you rotate, and then there's going to be plenty enough money then on the sidelines to do more speculative assets like the crypto types as well.
I am very close. Sorry, Dave.
Sorry, I was just reading something. Are you kind of not bothered about what happens for the rest of this year? Are you kind of still focused on just looking into next year?
I am looking at.
Or are you focusing on more of the chart than the timeline?
I don't care about timeline.
No.
What the one thing that anyone that's tried to make predictions based off of news-based events or whatever has been humbled quite badly. The narratives are stacking up in our favour. I'm still positive pants that we're going to have some biblical movements in cryptosphere.
Yeah, I think it would make me more bullish if we had a shit end to the year. I think moving into next year, Q1, it would actually make me really positive. If maybe not a shit end, but obviously if we don't have because everyone just wants the explosive rally in Q4, don't they? That's what everyone is basically just begging for it.
But the thing is, everyone goes October.
How
many people did you see? October. We're so back, boys.
Dave was making meme coins about October and November.
And November. It's just, I've been saying for a long time, back to the stonksy stuff that with Dave, we are the macro cycle is so far behind the curve. Obviously, we have our own theories on the reasons why. I think I've said at least Q1, if not Q2 next year, is where you will see the proper parabolic stuff and in the cycle.
Yeah.
And the longer we can press for, the longer the pain goes on for. In theory, if you look at a compression or a downward distribution, is what it is or a accumulated distribution within all coins. The longer that goes on, the more explosive the move will be, and the harder it will run. That's just my personal, giving people hopes and dreams
to crush.
Yeah, I like it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm always bullish on used to though, so that's fine.
Oh. Well, I've just hit full profit on my Royal Caribbean cruise short. 400%.
Love it. Ruined everyone's holidays.
Oh,
Don't care, do you?
the Grim Reaper is back. No, I think it'll be interesting. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, I think we're playing level by level, and there's enough volatility in all of the markets to have fun playing the levels. I think it will be. I say this now because I've sold quite a lot of stocks, but the people who had it in stocks have had it so easy this year. Like some of the stuff has run obscene. Like you shouldn't be able to hit as many. Like I've hit I think 3 10x's on stocks this year. Like that should not be happening.
But that's especially not in a short window. If you go right, I bought and I'm looking at a 5-year time horizon, then you go right, fine. But if you're talking about 5 days or whatever it is, then it's a bit more.
Is that because of the hurricane? Partly. So it's an interesting one. So there's always, I quite like cruise line stocks because there's a seasonality thing in the fact that Q4 always tends to be really weak because it corresponds with storm times. Storm looked pretty bad. I know you're sort of out that region, but my mother was out in the Dominican, and she said it was pretty horrendous out there. I think also, to be honest, cruises are drying up a little bit. I think we're seeing like the economy, certainly the US economy is bad. Like we're seeing that K-shaped economy that we've spoken about before in terms of those owning assets who are relatively well off are getting very well off, and those sort of in the middle class and lower are struggling. I think, I don't know what comes from a macro sense, from a political sense, where it plays out, but it doesn't look good. Yeah,
but it's quite funny. Obviously, Dave saying earlier about communism and stuff like that, because it's the UK are almost like the inverse of what reality, or they're trying to achieve what the reality is. The gap between rich and poor is just getting wider.
Yeah.
And because of the way certain markets are in comparison to income, and then the inflation, fine, you can control it. But I think the thing that's hurting everyone more than anything is debasement. Debasement, because that people are the people that have the money and the mega whales and institutions and stuff are real estate stocks and stuff like that, which are far out performing people's income.
Yeah.
So that kind of that widening gap just keeps getting wider.
But the thing is, in the UK, it's never really taught or embedded into you for investing stocks and stuff. Is it like? Can you imagine
the US is much better at that?
Yeah. Can you imagine the people that have had money in premium bonds over the past 10, 15 years? That if they would have just put that into the stock market instead of having it in stupid premium bonds, the money that they'd have made. Like, for if you had 10 grand in premium bonds in 2012 or something,
it's still
imagine the return on stocks if you just threw that into even the FTSE or the S&P.
Yeah, but then you've also got the issue of the FTSE 100 has massively underperformed every other index because of the way it's structured. It's not tech companies in there, it's cyclical energy, pharma, minerals. It's basically all of the stuff. And
You've not got exponential growth.
No,
in there,
no, especially as well when you sort of get the people who are fanatical about net zero. Because if you bought an ESG FTSE 100, I don't think it has anything worth holding in there. Because what do you actually have? Because if you've got ESG, you're not getting any of the mineral companies. You're not getting any of the energy. The farmer then gets questionable. I don't think ESG will particularly be friendly on gambling companies. So,
but the thing is, we've got obviously the ESG driver stocks, so your energy companies. Whilst you're not going to get the exponential growth, what they do pretty well is the dividends are not bad.
Yeah. And the FTSE's always been a good earner. So if you reinvest, the FTSE has actually been pretty good.
Yeah. So from a passive dividend stock base, but if you're in ESG stuff, you're basically getting railed.
Yeah.
But what's left? Just shit, basically.
What's in the FTSE 100 outside of that? You're probably into like DH Smith boxes and shit like that.
Yeah.
Mind you, the German DAX has basically been carried by Remental. Yeah, because you wouldn't get defense companies. You wouldn't get defense companies either, would you, under ESG? So you're not getting BAE Systems.
No, you get nothing. Yeah, I don't even know what you get. You get probably housing developers and stuff like that. Not good. Not the index or not the ETF to go into, is it?
No.
No.
I think we're pretty much at time, gents. It's been a fun one. We've covered quite a lot. Any closing remarks or
trade with leverage at your peril in the crypto market. If you are having seen some difficult times for some people, you got stuff at such a discount in altcoins, rather than just keep trying to chase short-term gains on leverage, just buy some strong alts. Not that, and that doesn't mean strong alts that altcoins that have just pumped and you're just basically going to be the exit liquidity. Think of what's been strong in the world, right? So obviously your tech AI, stuff like that. And then you look at the tech AI crypto stuff is absolutely shagged. So why would you not have a little pump? I think the RR on them things are great at the moment.
Yeah.
You'd be much, if you keep contributing to the leverage side of things, it will continue to just get railed. Make your life easier and buy some spots.
Yeah, 100%. Plus, it's a difficult part of the year anyway. Certainly from a stock perspective, we've got so much in the way of earnings now. It's earnings season.
Yeah.
We said that some of the Mag 7 would miss earnings, and obviously
it's been a mixed bag, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that the story that I've been taking from the earnings, and it was quite interesting that Facebook got punished for it, but nobody else. But I think the realization now that there is a shit ton of capex that is needed to actually bring this to life, and how do you then get the money back? Like, how are you going to make back what is it? I think Facebook were projecting it was like $300 billion that they reckon they need to bring AI to market.
Yeah.
You're not getting that from consumers.
No. But again, Meta, the chart, it's only going to where it needs to go. I would say on Meta.
Yeah. It's
$540 is probably just a decent one.
It's a nice chart as well, because when it gives you an opportunity, like it gives you a good opportunity. Like when it gave me the opportunity, I think was it $200?
Yeah,
like, nuts.
Yeah. But it's just looking at the weekly. It's not hard to see where the right levels to bid are.
Yeah.
If you can't chart that, please consider doing something else with your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
gents.
Right.
Take care.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah. Prepare for the worst.
Stay
Prepare for the
safe.
worst. Hope for the best.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
And go long on Dave.
Yeah. Either way, as traders, we make money on either direction. So it's quite nice to be sitting relatively flat right now.
Right. Good week,
Take
all.
care.
See you later.